Alright, and we are back. So today I am going to try to do this backtracking problem once again. I think this is my fourth time trying this problem, and I was able to solve it last time after considerable thought and all of that, right? So I haven't looked at it in about a week, and we're gonna revisit it and see if we can solve it again. So let me make myself small, and we're gonna try to get this. All right, let's see. I said that I wasn't gonna move off this problem until I fully understand it, and that's what I'm trying to do, you know? All right, split a string into the max number of unique substrings. Okay. So, given a string S, return the maximum number of unique substrings that the given string can be split into. You can split the string S into any list of non-empty substrings where the concatenation of the substring forms the original string. So we are trying to have a string here, and we're trying to figure out how we can split it up. So I can split it into, I have this one group here, right? And then I can take this as another group, right? But then I can't take this as another group because I already have a group, which is A, right there. But I can do AB. So I'm trying to figure out how to split this up and to maximize it. So the way that I'm using backtracking in this is I will iterate through all of the combinations. So backtracking is good for iterating over all of the combinations. I need to remember that and try to use that to figure out how to do this. All right, so what do I want to do? I need a max splits, okay, and it will first be equal to 0. So now what I want to do, I know that I'll need a backtrack function, okay? I don't know what it's going to take in. Base case is going to be it's going to be when I'm at the end of the string. So when index is equal to length s is equal to length of s, okay? This. Then we do something. I don't know what yet. All right, so I know that I am going to have to take this A or not take this A. So I need to, I remember that there's a for loop, okay? So I'm going to take a for loop. And what do I want to iterate through? So this is going to be my starting index, right? So I want to start here and find all the combinations here. Then I want to pass in here and all the combinations here, and then all the combinations here and all the combinations here. So each time I am doing a for loop from the start to the end. So for index in range from start to length of s, okay? I now need to this is going to be a split, right? So let's say that I'm here. It's either going to split here, so I need to create my subset, or it's going to split here or here or here. So that's going to be my subset. So from this index, or from the start to the index, sub array is equal to slicing from, it's actually going to be the end then. I'm just going to say index. From start to index, okay. And we haven't been looking at off by one errors. I'm not going to look too hard on that right now. Okay, so I have a subarray. Awesome. Now I want to know if that subarray is already in my set. If it is, then I'm not going to backtrack and like consider that as one of the possibilities, okay? So if subarray in my set, okay? And I actually want to say if subarray not in my set, okay? My set is going to be equal to set. All right, so if it's not in the set, then I will add it. My set dot add subarray. Okay, so I've added that to my set. I now need to increase my length by 1. So current path splits, okay, plus equals 1. No, I don't want to declare that there. Okay. And if I'm doing that, then I don't actually do that. So now that I did add this to my set, I now have my end right here, which is index, and I want to now backtrack on here. So I want to do backtrack, and I want my start now to be index, okay? And I want this current path splits, but increased by 1, plus 1, okay? And now I've recursed out of this backtrack, and I want to now go to the next element, the next index, which is going to be like ABC. So I want to take this AB out of my set, right? My set dot remove subarray, okay? And then I should be able to come out of here and get to the next index, which would be ABC now. So now C is my ending. Okay. So then, how do I call this? It's going to be backtrack of 0. I'm starting at the 0th index, and at the 0th, there's 0 splits so far, okay? And then I want to return max splits. All right. So now, and I'm going to be modifying max splits within this base case here. So I need self.maxSplits. Okay. So now, in the base case, if we have reached the end, then I am able to self dot max splits is equal to the maximum of itself or this current path splits. Okay. And then we should just be able to return. I think that's right. Okay. But let's go and look at those off by one errors. All right, so I'm just gonna say, let's start at 0, right? 0 comes in here, so start is 0. And I don't actually want to start, I don't want my index to start at start, right? Because I want start plus 1, okay? So now that's going to evaluate. Index is going to be 1. We are going to have 0 here and 1 non-inclusive here, which means we're only going to get 0, so it's only going to be A, which is exactly what we want. Okay? So that checks out. Let's say that we only have a singular element. Let's say that this string is only 1. This length of s is going to be 1. Start is going to be 0. It's not going to hit this one yet. Then this one is going to come in. We get subarray, which is just A. If subarray is not in my set, which it's not yet because my set is empty, then we add A to my set. Then we backtrack on index, which is 1. Okay. And current path splits plus 1, so now that's 1. So we have 1, 1. We come here, start is 1 equal to length of s, which is 1. Okay, so that means that we take max splits and assign it the value of 1, and then we return. We come out of here, we remove A from the set, and then we come back up to here. And now we say, okay, the next one is here, but this is non-inclusive, right? So this range is going to go from our start, which is our start plus 1, which is 0. Let me just hashtag this out. So it will go from 0 to length of s, non-inclusive. So 1, but not including 1. Okay? So just 0. So we're not going to run this again. Then we're going to come out here and we're going to return the max splits, which I believe is what we want. Okay. So does that work? Invalid syntax. Oh, hold on. It's just S. Okay. Wrong answer. Okay, that sucks. Output is null. All of them are null. This doesn't. All right, let's print subarray. See what happens. Okay, we're not even getting in there. Oh. Okay, well, we still get the wrong answer, but C, 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 A, B, C. Okay. A, B. Output is 0. So are all of the outputs 0? Okay. Which indicates to me that we're not hitting our base case, right? So I'm going to print in base and then print self.max splits. Okay. Let's see if we hit. Yeah. Yeah, so we're not hitting our base case for some reason. So this is an integer and this is an integer. Okay. Index is here. Oh, I think actually this should be index plus 1, right? And the reason is, like, for this AA, I come in here, I get the A, okay? It's not in scene. I add A to my subarray. I then go to the next one, and now it should not be 0. But it should be 1. Well, index is already 1. So if it's 1, let's just say that it is 1. Comes up here, and it should trigger that. It shouldn't be plus 1, I think. It should just be that. Start is going to be 1, and we come here. And then even if it's not, our Wait, do we double on it? Okay, so we got to 0, we just did our 0, and now our index is going to be 1. This is going to be non-inclusive, so it's 0 to 1, non-inclusive like that. Which is, sorry, no, it's just going to be 0, so that's what we want. We come in here, it's not in our subarray, so we add the 0th element, to our set. Okay, then we backtrack, and index is going to be equal to 1. Now current path is going to be equal to 1. So then we come back up here. Length is 2. Start is 1. Okay, start is 1. So then index here is now going to be equal to 2. So this is 2. So from 1 to 2, so it's going to just be the 1. So it's going to be the second A. It's like this. It is in the set. So we don't run this, and we never hit the base case, okay? But that's actually expected behavior. That makes sense because we don't want to split here because that's an invalid splitting option, okay? So then we pop out of that. Then we're back to here. We remove that A, the singular A from our set. Then we come up here, and now we have, and this is actually now 2 non-inclusive because there's 2 elements here. So now we have 1. So index equals 1. And start equals 0. So we're at the same thing. We're at the same thing. So do I need to also say +1 here? Because then it would be, no, because that doesn't solve the problem, right? Start is 0. This one is wait, no, this doesn't matter. So this one is would it be yeah, would it just be everything shifted over by 1? So now this one is going to be go 0, 1. See, length of S is now going to be 2, right? There's 2 elements, but that is non-inclusive. But then plus 1, it's actually 3 non-inclusive, okay? So now it is going to be, we're going to stop at 2. So start is still 0. This one is now two. But 2 non-inclusive. So that works, I think, right? That's just going to be these 2. Let me come in here and do that. What about the case where there's only 1? So 0, start in here, from. So in the case that there's only 1, length is going to be 1, but then I add 1 to it, okay? And so we're going to go 0 and 1. So 0 is going to be, no, it's going to be 1 to 1. It's actually going to be 1 to 1. Start at 1. No, so start is at 0. And now the index, the end index, is going to be at 1. So 0 to 1, that makes sense. Next iteration, I come up here. This is going to be non-inclusive 2. So then we're going to stop. That, I think that makes sense. Oh, okay, hold on. Yes, okay, we were able to get it. I think I need to continue to look at and go over those indexing. I always get these off by 1 things. But I was able to use kind of this pattern right there to at least help me understand it better and do a better job of kind of conceptualizing what we're doing. I need a way to actually, maybe it's just continual practice with these indexing arrays and stuff like that. But yeah, so cool, we got this one. I think I can move on to another problem now, and then we'll see how that goes. So anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. I will keep on making these Leetcode videos, and hopefully we'll be able to get better at these indexing and off by 1. This has been, like, I keep struggling with these off by 1 errors. But anyways, thank you for watching. My name is Timothy Lee Grant. If you like it, subscribe, and I will see you guys later.